Hi everyone, Namaste. This is Michelle with Living Well with Michelle, the plant-based yogi. So as many of you know, I'm all about keeping it real, quick, and easy type of food preparation in the kitchen. And one of the things that I'm going to show you today is just that, in fact. So today I am making a squash apple soup or puree. Sometimes I just like to puree it and put it on different things like a sweet potato or vegetables, over steamed vegetables, but it's really quick and easy. Only a few ingredients. You could add more if you like. Basically, I started out with the squash that I had in hand. So you could roast it, you could steam it. Today I have acorn squash because that's what I had on hand, but you could also use any winter squash or even sweet potato. But I love the winter squashes. Some of them, they're only in season for a short time, such as the delicata. Butternut squash seems to be always around and is another favorite of mine. But acorn or kabocha squash, some of you love that. That may be your favorite. So check it out. There are a lot of other types of interesting varieties out there. So experiment and try it out. So I have about, anywhere from 12 to 16 ounces of squash that I've already cooked up, and I've put that in my Vitamix here. I'm standing on a stool because many of you know I'm not that tall, so I want to make sure that you can see everything here. Then I took an apple. Choose any apple you like or what you have on hand, right? Sometimes it just depends what we have in the kitchen. So this one I had is a pink lady, and I do like it. It's nice and crisp. So Granny Smith apples also work really well. And again, if you have a favorite that you love, go ahead. I like sometimes roasting it up. You certainly can put it in if you wanted to just steam this up or heat it up or roast it in your oven. I use my air fryer. I sliced up the apple and I put it in here. Just one apple. It depends on how much you like. If you want it sweeter, you certainly can put more apple in your puree here. Or, certainly your squash may be sweet. So I'm going to take my apple and I'm putting it into the Vitamix. Now, you can also choose any spices that you like. I am a big lover of cinnamon, and I like a lot of cinnamon. You can start out with a tablespoon and see if that's enough for you and taste as you go along once you're pureeing. Or you can add some other spices. If you like apple pie spice, pumpkin pie spice, nutmeg, maybe even a little clove, or there's a 5-spice oriental blend that I also generally like. But I'm using cinnamon today, so I'm going to start out with a tablespoon here. So with the apple, I just sliced that up and put it in the air fryer convection oven. Roast it in your oven is the same as well. You can get it, but I just like using the tabletop. It's easier, it's quicker. The oven heats up the whole house, and you don't necessarily have to go through that. I'm going to start out with a cup of water and work from there. So you can decide how much you like the thickness or thinness of your puree or soup, or keep it a little chunky. So we are going to get started and see how it goes. So it's going to be a little loud. Here we are. Puree it up here. So it's looking quite thick to me, almost like a pudding. So I'm going to add some more water, but I'm going to give it a little taste here and see if I like the amount that's, ooh, I actually kind of like it thick. And it actually has some big it's a little chunky. Tastes so good. It's like a dessert, actually, I think. So let me try a little bit more water, maybe just about a half a cup, and see how that goes. Now I know it's getting into the summer, but I still like warm foods. Warming foods are really good for one's digestion as well. And even if it's not warm, you could just have it pureed, but make sure you chew. The digestion always begins in the mouth, right? So chew, 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 even if it's a smoothie or a pureed item like this. So again, it's gonna be loud, so just, here we go. So it looks like it is at a nice consistency here. Again, you could thin it out or keep it more chunky to your preference, to your liking. Add any spices you like, but that's it. In this little puree here, this is nice and smooth puree. So there's only the squash, cinnamon, add more or less as you like, as your palate enjoys, or other types of spices, a roasted apple, and water. That's it. I only used 1.5 cups of water to get the consistency I like. And sometimes it will even get a little thicker as it sits. So I may add a little bit more water at a later date if I don't eat it all in one sitting. So let me taste. Really, really yummy. I advise you, give it a shot, give it a go. Really simple and easy to do, and have fun in the kitchen. Try something new, try maybe a different variety you haven't in the past, maybe try a different apple you haven't, or a new spice. So have fun in the kitchen. I hope to see you next time as you tune in to the YouTube channel or my Facebook, and it's Living Well with Michelle, plant-based yogi, making delicious food out of simple ingredients, one step at a time. Namaste.